Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. First let me introduce myself. My name is Debbie Noor Fedger ANPM 23411165 Class MNJ23C. Here I will present the business law course, entitled Financing Institutions and Business Activities. Financial institutions and business activities refer to entities or organizations that provide funding or financing to support the continuity and development of a business. This funding can take the form of loans, equity investments, venture capital, or other financial instruments provided to companies to meet the needs of working capital, long-term investments, or business expansion. The presence of financial institutions is crucial in the business world as they help businesses overcome capital limitations and improve their competitiveness in the market. Types of financial institutions in business. Here are some common types of financial institutions involved in business activities. 1. Banks. Function. Banks are financial institutions that provide financing in the form of loans, both to individuals and businesses. The financing can take the form of working capital loans, investment loans, consumer loans, or other types of funding. Banks typically provide funds based on collateral or guarantees owned by the borrower. Examples of financing types: working capital loans, KMK, investment loans, KEY, consumer loans, credit cards, mortgage loans. Examples of institutions: Bank Mandiri, Bank Negara Indonesia, BNI, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, BRI, Bank Central Asia, BCA, Bank CIMB Niaga. 2. Leasing and multi-finance companies. Function. Leasing companies provide credit facilities for purchasing capital goods such as vehicles, machinery, or heavy equipment. This financing is often in the form of leasing, operating lease, or multi-finance financing with various product types. These financing services are usually secured by the purchased goods. Examples of financing types: vehicle financing, office equipment financing, machinery financing. Examples of institutions: Adira Finance, FIF Group, Mandiri Tunas Finance, VFI Finance 3. Venture Capital, VC, function. Venture capital provides financing to companies with high growth potential but also high risk, such as startups. Typically, venture capital is provided in the form of equity investment, shares, where investors acquire a portion of the company's ownership. Venture capital institutions focus more on sectors with high growth prospects and significant expansion potential. Examples of financing types: equity investment in startups, business expansion with venture capital. Examples of institutions: East Ventures, Sequoia Capital, SoftBank Ventures, Mandiri Capital Indonesia 4. Microfinance institutions. Function. These institutions provide financing to micro and small enterprises, UMKM, that need capital to run their businesses. This type of financing is often more accessible to entrepreneurs with limited capital and without large collateral. Examples of financing types: Credit Usaha Rakyat, KUR, unsecured loans, small business loans. Examples of institutions: Bank Perkreditan Rakyat, BPR, cooperatives, Lembaga Pengelola Dana Bergilir, LPDB, KUR by Bank Negara Indonesia. 5. Insurance companies. Function. Although not a traditional financing institution, insurance companies play a role in risk management by covering business risks, such as losses from natural disasters, accidents, or asset damage. Insurance can help businesses mitigate unexpected financial burdens, allowing operations to continue. Examples of financing types: fire insurance, vehicle insurance, property insurance. Examples of institutions: Allianz, Prudential, AXA, Manulife 6. Capital market, stocks and bonds, function. The capital market allows companies to raise funds by issuing stocks or bonds to investors. Financing through the capital market is typically used by large companies that wish to obtain significant funds without taking on additional debt. Stocks provide ownership in the company, while bonds are debt instruments that must be repaid within a certain period. Examples of financing types: fire insurance, vehicle insurance, property insurance. Examples of institutions: Allianz, Prudential, AXA, Manulife 6. Capital market, stocks and bonds, function. The capital market allows companies to raise funds by issuing stocks or bonds to investors. Financing through the capital market is typically used by large companies that wish to obtain significant funds without taking on additional debt. Stocks provide ownership in the company, while bonds are debt instruments that must be repaid within a certain period. Examples of financing types: Issuance of stocks, issuance of bonds. Examples of institutions. Indonesia Stock Exchange, IDX, companies listed on IDX. 7. Fund management institutions. Function. These institutions manage funds intended for financing small and medium enterprises, UMKM, or development projects. These institutions are usually established by the government or large financial institutions to accelerate the development of the UMKM sector and small-scale infrastructure projects. Examples of financing types. Financing for UMKM, small infrastructure or social projects. Examples of institutions. LPDB, Lembaga Pengelola Dana Bergilir, cooperatives, government fund schemes aid. Crowdfunding. Function. Crowdfunding is a method of